Hey Matt, the coaching guy here. I just want to talk about competition in a business. I got into a conversation with a senior leader the other day about people competing against each other. And this is very normal, by the way, when you've got a senior leader who's looking after directors who themselves has also worked in sales. Now, before we decide whether that's a good idea or a bad idea, I had to ask them a different question. And the question is, what problem are you trying to solve? Because competition isn't usually the goal, it's the mechanism. They were trying to create more accountability, more energy, more pace, more ambition, and they wanted people to push harder and become their very best. And that's all very fair. But I had to also ask a follow-up question, which was, what behaviours are you hoping competition creates? Because it's the behaviours we want, not the competition itself. So here's what I've seen. When competition is aimed internally, people stop asking, how do we win? And they start asking, how do I win? And that creates peacocking, plays to ego, can be destructive. And you want senior leaders in your business to be thinking what's right for the business, not who's right. Because if you don't, knowledge gets held back, collaboration reduces, and politics does creep in. People protect themselves instead of sharing ideas, and over time the business might gain a little bit of more in individual effort, but loses a huge amount of collective intelligence. And I think there's two types of competition. You've got internal competition, I beat you, and external competition, we can beat the market together. And the very best organisations I've worked with are fiercely competitive externally and incredibly collaborative internally. And if you took sport for an example, because it's kind of common ground for most people, if you took the Manchester City players competing every day for a place on the team, but once the match starts, nobody's trying to stop their teammates from scoring. They're all focused on beating the opposition. The competition serves the team, it doesn't replace the team. So rather than asking, should we have competition, I'd be asking, how do we create high performance without sacrificing collaboration? Measure individual results, absolutely, but also recognise the people who develop others, share best practice, support colleagues and make the whole team stronger. Because leadership isn't about what you achieve, it's about combining what everybody around you achieves because you were there. So that's something to think about this week, and your dynamics in your teams that you're leading, and how maybe you can adjust it to be more collaborative and have a compound interest of growth together. Have a great day. Bye for now.